I know the economy is tough right now, and even by the most generous projections, next year looks like it's going to be even tougher. And the martial arts industry is not, not the most financially stable industry. One, it's generally something people look at as a luxury rather than a utility. And on top of that, right, our expenses just vastly outpace what people are actually willing to pay, unless you end up in very wealthy neighborhoods and whatnot. But even then, your overhead might actually outpace what people are willing to pay. It is a very, very tough business to be in. And then on top of that, all the crap from the last couple of years is still affecting us and all of that, which of course flows into the economic problems. But here's the thing, right, is I don't want to be completely black-pilled on this. I want to have some hope. And so I want to share kind of my dream, my vision, right, my mission for this thing with you guys. And the fact is that if we don't start pushing for it now, right, next year it'll probably be too late. But here's the thing, right, I've talked about this before, right, martial arts schools need to be more than just martial arts schools, right? We certainly don't want McDojos, but we also, we know that we can't finance ourselves with competition-only gyms. We have to be able to suit the recreational people as much as the people that want real-world self-defense that's like legit and not McDojo-y, and the people that want competition-level stuff, whether or not they're competing, but they want to train in that way. We've got to be able to offer them that. We also know that about 3/4 of the people that sign up for martial arts are doing so for an alternative form of fitness. And there's so much overlap between our training and fitness, both historically and modern anyway. We really need to kind of make that jump. And to that end, right, I've said this before, and unfortunately it's not something that I can put in marketing materials, but it's like I want to be able to kind of train the next level of Batman and Robin, right? I want you guys to be able to walk in, get on the mats, learn some skills, have some good discussions and whatnot, and get to that level. Now, okay, we're not having detective classes, but I would love to be able to bring in some people and do like CPR and first aid courses. I would love to bring in criminal prosecutors or whatever, criminal defense attorneys, and look at legal self-defense. Now, obviously, locally here, that would only apply to the state of Arizona. Every state and every other region outside of the states is going to have its own kind of local laws. So, there's no way we could cover everything. But more than that, right, the stuff that I can facilitate and the stuff that I know people that could be brought in and hired in if there was income coming in for it, would be, I would love to have the gym side fleshed out so much more like a strongman and powerlifting gym, have at least some of the necessary bodybuilding equipment, but I'm not really aiming towards the bodybuilding side of things too much. But having some of the machines that help with the accessory work, having the implements and all that, and having the space to use them. I would absolutely love to have a small section, maybe the size of our current matted space. I would love to be able to offer some just kind of like modular parkour style obstacles, things that people can vault and climb on. I would love to have a bouldering wall, maybe not a full scale rock climbing gym or anything, but a bouldering wall that people can work with, have that adjacent to the parkour side. I want people to be able to train like the superheroes. I want people to be able to do all of the Batman stuff, all the Daredevil stuff, minus the super senses and all that, right? But that's the dream for this, right? The dream for this is to have almost an open gym format that happens to have some classes during the classes sweet spot time, where people can come in and train, and they can climb, they can run and jump, they can lift, and they can lift in different ways. We can have all the cardio kickboxing and MMA conditioning classes. We can have the regular martial arts classes. We can have competition classes. That's the dream for this. But what that requires is a space probably 3 to 4 times this size and 3 to 4 times more expensive. That requires probably triple-digit size student body paying full price. That requires staff to actually be able to manage something that's open, say like 12 hours a day, as opposed to half a day, for the sweet spot time courses for classes. That maybe means hiring in people to be personal trainers who, rent out the gym for time slots and stuff. But that's the kind of thing that I'm looking to build with this. That's what I really want out of this, right? I want you guys to be able to sign up and not just sign up and take a class or 5 classes or 10 classes, right? Which is what's currently available, plus our weight room and all that. Some of this stuff is available to you guys, but the fact is that I want more available, and I want it to be much more of an open gym format, because I think some of the best training comes from the self-directed training that comes outside of class. The class time there and the direct coaching time is there because it's good to have the voice of experience kind of shortcut things for you, show you the things that are already established as successful, warn you off of various pitfalls, and to be able to see with an outside set of eyes. This is the most valuable role of a coach, to be able to see things outside of yourself with those eyes of experience that you just can't feel when you're practicing on your own, or that you and your training partner might not feel because you're not as far down the road. That's the value of a coach, right? And that doesn't go away. But the fact is, there are limited coaching hours available as far as to what the general public is available for. However, there may be a much greater ability to have more stuff by having a facility with a greater variety of things. Here's the problem, right? When you price out, let's say we wanted to have like 4 squat racks, 2 deadlift platforms, a bunch of open space for strongman kind of stuff, plus those implements. Just that side alone, and equipping everything with bars and plates, and plus having, a dumbbell run and maybe a couple of machines or something like that, you're starting to talk possibly even in the tens of thousands of dollars just for that. And then on top of that, I want matted space that is probably 2 to 3 times, the size of this right here. And that means, more overhead as far as rent per square foot, which around these parts is about $1 a square foot on a good day. And then on top of that, all the miscellaneous training equipment. I would love to have a wall of dummies like Francis Fong has at his place. The 2 is nice, but having like 5 or 6 would be fantastic. Having, the ceiling space to be able to swing swords and spears. Here it's just enough to do smaller weapons, up to a long sword if you're being controlled, but really not even a great sword. Basic spear techniques fine, but like double-ended spear techniques, probably not so much. Some of the Chinese cutting blades and whatnot start becoming untenable in a place like this. I want to be able to offer that kind of stuff, but it costs money, and I can't just ask for the money, because it has to be a continual stream of income. It can't just be like a donation kind of thing, which means that we need people to sign up with a little bit of faith. Give us 6 months, give us a year. Really try to put in your end of the work. We will train you as best we can. We'll be here when you need us to be here. But the only way we're going to grow this is with you. The only way we're going to grow this is by getting people on the mats in the gym and getting people to fund this so that we can grow, right? Because we don't want to stay the little small hole in the wall school forever. I'm not trying to get rich. I really don't care about money all that much beyond just being able to pay my bills. But in order to fund the operation, the expenses go up, thus the general revenue has to go up, whether or not I make any extra money. So, do what you can. Share this video, help us out, right? If we can get monetized on YouTube, that will help a little bit. I know that people don't make a ton of money, doing it, and especially in the martial arts world. But if we can monetize the YouTube channel, that would be helpful. I'm working on some things on the back end that may provide additional revenue streams, whatnot. If you guys have any requests for things that you would actually be willing to pay for, let me know, right? Write down in the comments and let me know things that we can do to actually serve the market, right? We're not asking for handouts. We're not asking for donations. We are asking for things that we can do to actually serve the market, right? There's a limit to how cheap we can make things because of overhead costs and because of class size limitations. However, let me know what we can do to expand what we offer, and we'll start implementing stuff in a way that can be feasible, right? One of the ways that you can help is go buy a t-shirt. We've got a bunch of different designs and I've got more coming. I'm trying to make things that are maybe a little less school specific. They'll still have some branding on them, but I'm just trying to make things that are maybe a little bit less like a uniform t-shirt and more just like general martial arts t-shirts. And that should help as well. So anyway, let me know what I can do, what we can do to help serve the community better. Because the more things that we can offer, the more that we can actually create that dream gym, that dream open gym format where it's more of a club and less of a school. You come to certain classes and otherwise you just come in and train. That's what we want. I want people to be able to walk in and out of the doors, from whatever, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., something like that. Come in and get a workout. That means that we need a front desk operator or two that can, that can be here, and some of those duties can be split and all of that kind of stuff, right? But the fact is that every person that we potentially employ requires a paycheck, and every square foot that we expand requires revenue. And the only way we can do that is getting more people who are willing to have a little bit of faith and, come in and start, helping us build up and expand. If we need to offer more time slots, let me know. I'll open up more time slots. If you want more fitness classes, let's do more fitness classes. I can't hire somebody right now for children's classes, and I'm not a children's teacher. But if that becomes something that people want, we'll look into that. And I know that 3:30, 4 o'clock time span right after school is great for people to just kind of like send their kids over to class. Like, it's just not something that I do. But if that's something that you're interested in enough that we would hire somebody for that, we can start looking into that. That may be a year or two down the road, but I'd be open to that kind of thing. But yeah, for now, let me know what kind of things that you would like, that you'd be willing to spend money on, that we can offer here at our local location, or offer in the way of online content or products that you guys would be willing to help us grow with. And last but not least, and I've already said it before, please, 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 share the video around. I mean, liking and subscribing almost doesn't do much anymore, but if you share the video around, we get more views. The more views we get, the closer we can get to monetization. And if we can get some of that ad revenue coming in, that can be something. It won't be a lot. It won't be enough to do everything, but it'll be something. So anyway, that's all. I just wanted to share my dream with you guys and ask you for thoughts and ideas of what we can do, to expand and make things a little bit better. If we can get to something in the ballpark of, 70 or 80 people in here, we can probably expand, and that would be great. But we need to do that sooner rather than later, because if the economy tanks like it's expected to, in the next year, it might be too late at that point. So I will talk to you guys later, and thank you for listening. And like and share the video. Good journey. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends or anybody else who might be interested in this kind of content. If you happen to be in the Metro Phoenix area, come in for a class or just stop in to say hi, we'd love to meet you. Definitely check out our socials and our website that has all of our contact information and all of the other relevant information. And more than anything, check out our Substack. Our Substack will be containing all of the links that we use to cite and reference in our videos, as well as exclusive training content that will be available for premium members. Memberships are cheap, but you can also sign up for free, and we do have articles for free, and we will have more free articles available for you. It is a fantastic platform for what we are doing here, and we hope to see you over there. So I will talk to you guys later, and look out for the next one. Good journey.